So much anymore. So you know this bugger will actually prevail at the end, but it's still not. Spot. Fucking left behind here, you'd imagine. Oh, he's tracking now.
Running in a good direction anyway to get close.
Yeah. Have we got all the dogs? No, Digit's gone and Minty's gone.
Yeah, not very far, I don't think.
240 in a straight line from us, so I'm parallel with the road. Yep, that's a buck. There we go.
He's got it or what? No?
He's turned around. Looks like it's done a U. He's coming up to the road. You might phone and see if we can jump in there and go and head it off.
Yeah. He's not moving. Oh no, there he goes.
Yeah. But me and Prickle are about to get there.
You reckon you'll head it off? Has he got it?
He's definitely got a tail going.
Where's Dig? You see on the way there? Must be. Might be a good pig, eh?
That sounds good. Shit, I never would have grabbed it.
That must be. There's Minty, right up. Oh, it's trying to break. There it is. Give him a second there. There's Minty going in. Wait, I'll just turn this torch on properly. Hey? Digit's right on top. On top of the hill there's Diget. Wait up a second, I'm coming around to you. You might be able to get right around this tree and just put it on a spiral almost. Yeah. Oh. Wait up, Digi's in behind it. Okay, now. Oh, wait up, now. Oh, fucking hell. Sweet. There you go. Decent.
This is really the thing that really gets me fizzing about pig hunting. watching the bloody dogs just go from strength to strength. Hey, good boy, Spikey. Oh, you got a stick. You ever listen to any Clay Tall stories?
Yeah, I follow him on bloody YouTube and whatnot, eh?
Yeah, that song, like, that's when my magic dog caught that great big hog. And he goes down, gets a little shit and goes down the pub and just gets bigger and bigger the more bloody whiskies they have.
I think we've all been there.
I think so. Do a little spiel or something?
Yeah.
Hey.
So, what happened?
Well, that was pretty good. The dogs had jumped off, I think, just to have a bit of a run around, and it wasn't more than about 100 metres up the road that they started winding up a bank, and they mucked around for a minute trying to find a way up the bank, a steep bank, until they worked out they could actually just go 5 metres away and go down instead. Spike and Mia and Prickle worked down into the creek and then across it for about 150 metres. And then Spike took off on his own line, and went for about 230 up the creek, let out a bark. The pig obviously sort of backtracked on itself, did a U-turn, and Spike kept on it, and the pig ran into Mia and Prickle coming along Spike's track, and yeah, they basically pulled it up there for a good solid bail. And we got Diget and Minty down onto it. And when they got there, that pig wasn't going anywhere. There was enough pressure on him that he was stuck. And the two new little Kelpie Whippet, fully cattle Kelpie Whippet dogs, the second pig they'd seen, yeah, they were right into it too. Took them a bit of encouragement, but they were in there having a bloody yip and a chew. So yeah, it won't take much before they're leading the charge as well, I'd imagine.
Good pig, yeah. He'd be, I don't know, 50 kilos,
yeah,
60 kilos, something like that. Some snapped off just there. And yeah, not a bad. Yeah, not a bad pig.
Pretty good, solid little average fat rainforest boar.
What are we going to do with it now?
We are going to take its guts out, and I'm going to feed a little bit of its liver to the new dogs so they can associate catching a pig with a little bit of food if they've been on a bit of a diet. And then, with his guts out, I'm going to put him on my back and drag him up the hill, like I do with them all.
Awesome. Then what happens to the rest of the pig, this pig?
He's going to be probably dog tucker.
Awesome.
Yeah. And maybe a bacon. We'll see.
How good. Oh wow. Give him a second, all the dogs are gone. That was little Diggy found that, wasn't it?
Who?
That was Diggy found that. You hear that little bar?
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, that's Minty. Oh, sorry, mate. Oh.
Good pig.
Oh, that's a good pig. I'm hanging him. Mia's got him. Good dogs. Good dogs. Good dogs. Good dogs. Right up.
Cannot. I'm fucking really happy with that.
Hold them up. Good set.
Yeah, that's worth taking out, I reckon.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, I probably wouldn't, but...
No, I don't think I will, but
Yeah.
I need something pretty abnormal to...
Yeah, that's it, the bother with it.
Healthy sized pig.
Yeah, he's a bloody good pig. So this is a pretty solid pig for this bit of rainforest, and like you mentioned, if it was in better condition, it would be quite a respectable pig. He's a bit slab-sided, but it is the crap time of year as well. We're just coming down the hill, and it was Mia picked up a bit of scent, enough to jump, and a couple of the other dogs went with her. So we pulled up the ute, and they were all working pretty excitedly on the ground, working the edges of the road and things. They could obviously smell that something had been across there, so we walked about 100 metres, I guess, up from the ute, up the road, and they really started working hard. A few of them started making a few little pushes up into the uphill, and eventually it was little Diget, the little blue dog, who opened up. And yeah, this bloke actually didn't move very far at all. They had him low pressure, bailed pretty much where Diget found him, in a big clump of boulders. So there were so many dogs there, we couldn't get a clean shot, and he broke downhill, and they pulled him up again on the road, which was a bit wild. I nearly got another bloody footy tackle in on him, but he got down over the other side of the road, and I guess went for another sort of 70 metres down the opposite bank, and started heading downhill. But it didn't take long for these little buggers to pull him up again. And yeah, thankfully Mia, the world's hardest bloody bailer, managed to bloody grab this thing on the ear and actually held it for long enough for all the other bloody bailers to get onto the rest of him like ticks.
Green-hand it.
Green-hand it. Managed to get hold of the bugger and stick him instead of shooting him, which was good actually, because there were a lot of dogs. And, it's always a bit nerve-wracking unless it's a very clear line of sight. So
that's it.
Second pig for the night, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Pretty happy indeed.
Yeah.
Oh, he got some bloody feral growth under his skin, eh?
Yeah.
Some bloody parasite, I'd say. But you can see the origin of the name Serrata. See the fucking serrations on the outside of his legs.
Yeah.
So the green-eyed tree frog. Latoria serrata. Although I think they're actually all been reclassified into Renoidia rather than Latoria now.
What can you tell us about it?
Not a hell of a lot. They're one of the stream frogs, so you don't often find them very far from flowing waters in the rainforest and the wet tropics. You won't find them really outside the wet tropics bioregion. So you won't find them up on Cape York. I don't think. I might look like a dickhead here if somebody herpetologist is watching. But they're associated with these sort of high altitude, clear flowing rainforest streams.
Awesome.
Yeah. Another interesting thing is that there is a very closely related and similar looking species. It's one of the most restricted. It's a frog that has one of the most restricted ranges in the world. It occurs only around Coranda.
Myola tree frog. Very, very close relative of this one. Looks very similar. And it was actually the discovery of the Myola tree frog and its classification as a separate species that halted planned development. Really, really poorly thought out, bloody ecologically destructive, bloody tourist development that was going to go on there. So the discovery of these, this little fella's close cousin, halted that. Yeah. See, I touched that lump and it moved of its own accord. There's a parasite under there, some larva. Get that on camera. Touch it. Yeah, I think you can see that. Possibly why he just dropped out of the tree. He might be getting a bit crook, a bit unwell from that parasite.
Poor bugger.
Yeah, I'm almost tempted to have a go at cutting it out.
Yeah. Such nature, but
yeah.
Is it? Yeah, good. How cool is that? That's one of the most rare and endangered marsupials in the region.
Really?
What was that?
That little marsupial we saw was a northern Bettong. That's a rare and critically endangered mammal from around here. It's in the same broad group as kangaroos and wallabies, but it's more closely related to things like bandicoots than it is to large kangaroos. Excellent little creatures. They are specialists in the transitional zone between the rainforest and the dry country. So poor little bettongs, they're in a bit of strife. And part of that is predation by introduced predators like cats. And they're bloody important because there are specialists on truffles, underground fungal fruiting bodies that grow from the mycorrhizae, the fungal partners of plant roots. So bettongs feed on these truffles and spread the spores, and therefore keep the mycorrhizal networks nice and healthy. Just help the genetic spread and that sort of thing. So without the little bettongs, the forest will be in a bit of strife. I think he's a coppery brush tail? No. What have we got here?
What is it?
To be honest, I'm actually falling down on my ID here. I'm at a loss.
It's pretty confused with the lights.
Yeah, poor little sod. Dazzling in these lights.
Oh, there's that white tail. There's the amount of wildlife tonight.
Yeah, very good spot. I think it's partly because you travel so many days and you go through so many different environments.
Yeah. Tell you what, I never used to see many echidnas years ago, and I see them all the time now.
Yeah, right. They're good to see. They're pretty amazing creatures.
I'll have a look at it, mate. What in the world? Hey, shush.
Yeah. I made the mistake of trying to pat one once and it was half dug into the ground. Poor little bugger.
Yeah, he's not in a good spot, is he?
No.